Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. Today we're going to continue our discussion surrounding the developing story that is Wizards of the Coast debacle around their OGL 1.1 leak, imminent release, and now delay. Yes, that's part of the news of the day. We're going to go over what's happened up to now, as well as I'm going to try and clear the air with some of you who took a little bit of felt a little umbrage towards me, took a little umbrage concerning my take on the previous video when I was talking about Kobold Press and we should all be homebrew bound. Listen, guys. I come at this from the creative aspect, from the old school player aspect. And I hope what I'm about to say to you bridges the gap and we can all understand that we should not be arguing amongst ourselves and that everybody is correct here. What am I talking about? Well, remember, Gizmodo published the article last week about this time from IO9, the leak about the 9,000 word long new OGL 1.1. Within it, this is what caught my attention about this, and this is why I locked onto it. One, that the company being Wizard, can terminate the agreement if the third-party creators, everybody else using the base game that they did in 1.0 to make their stuff, publish material that is blatantly racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, bigoted, and otherwise discriminatory. So those of you who said there was no woke in any of this, guys, there it is in black and white, highlighted in green. That's woke, guys. That is the woke, far-left, SJW, identity politics agenda. There. That is it. It is a part of this. Now, is it as big as the greed? From your perspective, no. And I give you that because right here again, it says the OGL wasn't intended to fund major competitors and it wasn't intended to allow people to make D&D apps, videos, or anything other than printed or printable materials for use while gaming. We are updating the OGL in part to make it very clear that we want a cut of the profits. There you go. You guys are correct. This is about greed, but you have to remember, Wizards of the Coast are run by ideologues now. 2 years ago, they made this statement about 5th edition. The same people are still there now, for the most part. They still believe in this statement. Remember this. One of the explicit design goals of 5th edition D&D is to depict humanity in all its beautiful diversity by depicting characters who represent an array of ethnicities, gender identities, sexual orientations, and beliefs. We want everyone to feel at home around the game table and to see positive reflections of themselves within our products. Human in D&D means everyone, not just fantasy versions of Northern Europeans, and the D&D community is now more diverse than it's ever been. Throughout the 50-year history of D&D, some of the peoples in the game, orcs and drow being two of the prime examples, have been characterized as monstrous and evil, using descriptions that are painfully reminiscent of how real-world ethnic groups have been and continue to be denigrated. That's just not right. And it's not something we believe in. Despite our conscious efforts to the contrary, we allowed some of those old descriptions to reappear in the game. We recognize that to live our values, we have to do an even better job in handling these issues. If we make mistakes, our priority is to make things right. These are the people who are connecting orcs and drow to real-world races and ethnicities. They're the ones making this a racial issue. Gamers, real gamers, we didn't. There's your woke. It's woven into this DNA. It spawned moments like this. D&D, Wizards of the Coast, new batch errata removes racial alignment, retcons the drow, along with orcs and other stuff. And then just last month, December 2022, D&D rule. No one says D&D because they're aiming this to be part of D&D Beyond. Rule change replaces race with species. They don't want you to play like you. They don't want you to play freely. They want to control your gaming experience, just like they want to control everybody who would use their framework. And if they don't prescribe to the ideology, they will yank it. We're both right, those who were angry with me the other day. We're both right. We're just coming at it from different directions. I'm old school TSR. I was there when they had physical books, big boxes full of maps and lore and source material to use for your games. That's me. So when I see this right here, I feel the attack on the creativity of the player, the DM, everybody. And I feel the attack on people who want to create something new using a foundation. But that's just the thing. We've discovered that they are saying no to that. Along with Cobalt Press and others, Paizo has said that Pathfinder will be making their own OGL now, starting with Starfinder and Pathfinder 2nd Edition. We don't need them. But at the same time, we don't need to give them their money. That's where you guys are correct. Those who are pissy at me, you're right too. You're right too. This is about money. But the money covers up the agenda. Here we are, D&D Shorts on Twitter leaked this last night. Huge leak from Insider at Wizards. It's what we feared. The higher-ups despise us, the D&D community, and see us only as an obstacle to their money. Subs on D&D Beyond are all Wizards of the Coast care about, so I've canceled mine. Let your voice be heard. Hashtag OpenD&D. Hashtag stop the sub. Yes, let's read the actual thing, and then I'll respond to that. Hi, I'm an employee at Wizards of the Coast, currently working on D&D Beyond and with D&D business leaders on the health of the product line. If you want, I can provide proof of this. I'm sending this message because I fear for the health of a community I love, and I know what the leaders of Wizards are looking at. They are briefly delaying the rollout of OGL changes due to the backlash. Their decision-making is based entirely on the provable impact of their bottom line. Specifically, they are looking at DDB subscriptions and cancellations as it is the quickest financial data they currently have. They are still hoping the community forgets, moves on, and they can still push this through. They want you to forget. I have decided to reach out because at my time in Wizards of the Coast, I've never once heard management refer to customers in a positive manner. Their communication gives me the impression they see customers as obstacles between them and their money. The DDB team was first told to prepare to support the new OGL changes and online portal when they got back from the holidays, and leadership doesn't take any responsibility for the pain and stress they cause others. Leadership's first communication to the rank and file on the OGL was 30 minutes on 1/11/23. This was the first time they even tried to communicate their intentions about the OGL to the employees, and even in this meeting, they blamed the community for overreaching. So you guys are right. They want your money, but big picture, guys, big picture. DDB is a digital archive. It's digital only. It's no longer physical books, physical rule books, physical box sets filled with maps and lore. They want the digital thing that they control all the time. They can alter it will to fit their woke agenda. So once they have your money, the greed opens the door to then forcing the propaganda through the game. To you, to kids, to everybody. That's the game. That's the goal. It's a big picture. It's not one or the other. It's not just the woke. It's not just the greed. It's all of it. They're not mutually exclusive. It's one giant equation. The woke is in the DNA of all their goals. They want to destroy it so that they can replace everything with their ideology, their agenda, their narrative. The woke isn't gone. Some of you may be tired. You don't want to hear about it, but it's not gone. It's waning. It's in retreat, but we have to keep the pressure on. That's my job. Your job, you do your job. You follow D&D Shorts here. You say, I'm not going to give you money. Stop the sub. It's my job to report on the woke. We work together. We're a team. You, the fans, me, the YouTuber, also the fan. We're all passionate. We don't need to butt heads just because we came at different directions. We are in the same place. We have the same enemy. It is Wizards of the Coast. Everybody's realizing that they don't need them, but they need us. They need our money. They want our money. They need everybody to cooperate. But the other developers, they're not cooperating. You're not cooperating for the money, and I'm not cooperating by shutting up and pretending that everything's okay. I'm not a shill. I'm going to report that this shit is woke, that it's born out of woke, that the intentions after the greed is over is to push the woke agenda on you. Work with me, guys. I hope we've come to an understanding. I hope we're all on the same page now. We're all in this together. We're winning this. We can keep winning this. We just have to be smart about it. All right. I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you're new here, I hope you subscribe to my channel, where I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic don't care about whiny Stan and SJW fifis. Hit that notification button, share my video if you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, leave comments. I didn't delete anybody's comments yesterday. I'm not going to delete anybody's today. You don't have to agree with me. We can have a robust debate. That's perfectly fine because we're all passionate. We're real fans. I care what you think. I don't care what the stands and the SJWs think because 201, they're all cowards behind keyboards, and I can't wait for them to be triggered. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows, @TheRenNerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.